Okay, questions. Health, wealth, love, happiness. You want to make a lot of money with your Shopify website, your e-commerce website? You want to make a lot of money with your social media marketing agency? So does everybody else. So don't think it's going to be easy. You have to deserve what you want. My favorite quote by Charlie Munger is to get what you want, you have to deserve what you want. The world's not yet a crazy enough place to reward a whole bunch of undeserving people. So you want to date a high quality woman? You have to deserve a high quality woman, which means if you ain't in the gym, you're not putting in your best, why should you get the best? You know, if you're not putting in the work on your own brain, are you a learning machine? People are attracted to smart people. It doesn't mean you have to be Stephen Hawking genius, but are you putting in the work? So if you don't put in the work, don't expect a thing. You want $1 million, but you won't get out of bed. You won't try anything. You won't take any risks. It ain't gonna happen. In today's call, you got like a lot of experience thrown at you, a lot of good stuff. So we talked a little bit about health. We've been talking a lot about wealth and business. Love, I saw what somebody said, how can you date models? Here, Dawn is asking, dating models. Here's the thing. Do you want to date actual models? Like they literally have to be signed Wilhelmina model, side Ford model, side, Lion model, or are you just saying attractive women? So forget models. Most people that call themselves models, modeling is not doing well in the COVID economy. Okay. It's doing very bad right now. So this guy, Don, says quality girls and personality and looks. So basically you want the whole package. A couple things. Remember this. The world's competitive. You want to make a lot of money with your Shopify website, your e-commerce website? You want to make a lot of money with your social media marketing agency? So does everybody else. So don't think it's going to be easy. You have to deserve what you want. My favorite quote by Charlie Munger is to get what you want, you have to deserve what you want. The world's not yet a crazy enough place to reward a whole bunch of undeserving people. So you want to date a high quality woman? You have to deserve a high quality woman, which means if you ain't in the gym, you're not putting in your best, why should you get the best? If you're not putting in the work on your own brain, are you a learning machine? People are attracted to smart people. Doesn't mean you have to be Stephen Hawking genius, but are you putting in the work? So if you don't put in the work, don't expect the thing. You want $1 million, but you won't get out of bed. You won't try anything. You won't take any risks. It ain't going to happen. Everybody wants to date a supermodel. Everybody, women too. Also remember that. You might want to date a model, but why should the model want to date you? They're people too. So at the end of the day, you got to deserve it. That's how you make money. That's how you get everything you want in life. And that's the opposite of what society tells you. Society tells you deserve stuff because you're alive. Why? I have cows. Why do I deserve more than my cow? I mean, why do I deserve more than another person? No, that's not how the game works. That's how the fake world, fake news, fake education system teaches you. But that's not how the game goes. The way that the game goes is people who deserve, like Jeff Bezos is a very good businessman. Does he deserve to be worth 140 billion? No, but he deserves the rewards of being a better businessman than other people. He took risk. I'm not saying he's perfect. Again, I'm not saying he should have more money than everyone else practically on earth, but I am saying I'm not surprised that he's a billionaire. I'd be surprised if some idiot guys I know some stupid people, be very surprised if they were ever on the Forbes list. It ain't going to happen. Okay? So at the end of the day, all those things everybody wants, at the end of the day, everybody wants in life, 1 to 10, do you deserve it? Or does someone deserve it more? Let's say there's a beautiful girl at your work or, on your block at the coffee stop. That girl wants a good guy too. Now, everybody's born with different weaknesses and strengths when it comes to being attractive. Some people, I had a friend, just girls love him. He's just naturally good looking guy. Okay. But you know what? He doesn't always get the best girls because he's lazy. I know guys that are uglier than him that have way more, not just beauty, but have a way better girlfriend or wife because My friend won't put in any work. He just says he knows he has good looks. He can always get somebody. So if you're not that good looking naturally, who cares? Okay, because you can make up for it in a lot of ways. The simplest way, I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'm gonna give you the hard truth. Best way you can date somebody and get somebody you want is get in shape and get healthy. Get healthy. Eat right. Clean up the body, baby. Ain't nobody attracted to somebody who's falling apart physically. Just period. I'm sorry to break it to you. I know people say, oh, that's shallow. Well, welcome to planet Earth. The law of the jungle. People are shallow. You're probably shallow too. Humans are designed. Why do you think we have two eyes? Obviously, in evolution, if you believe in evolution or intelligent design, whatever you believe in, eyes are multifaceted. And if you think eyes aren't a part in the mating game, you're a moron. Why do you think a turkey has bright feathers? Why do you think flowers are bright colors? Because bees have eyes and a sense of smell. So the five senses that you have, most of them evolved around attracting a mate. So at the end of the day, if you're to the senses, like a lot of guys smell bad, dude. I'm like, shit, I don't even know how girls date guys. I got some friends. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with your scent, bro? Like, you need to like a fire hose blown all over your body and Lysol disinfectant. Like, women have five senses too. If you stink, would you date a girl that smells? I'm going to tell you a true story about a girl. I'm not going to say her name, but she was, for sure, I promise you, one of the most beautiful girls in Los Angeles, okay? Latin girl. She was listen to this, half Swedish, half Latin. That's a damn good mix, okay? Now, I went on a date with her. ArcLight Hollywood. This is 2012 or something. Dude, her smell, I was like, what the fuck? I don't like how this girl smells. I can't even describe what the smell was that she had. It was a weird smell. It smelled like, I don't know, it smelled like a combination of beans and like rotten meat or something. I was just like, damn. But this girl was pretty. I had some friends, like Zach went to the movie with me. Trust me, this girl, people were like, how the fuck did you meet this girl? Okay, because LA, if you're one of the most beautiful girls in Los Angeles, you're one of the most beautiful girls in the world because girls move from all over the world. Trust me, there's beauty in LA, New York, London, big city, Miami. So this girl was like, I'm telling you, looks-wise, she was like a 9.5, okay? And you do not meet many 9.5s. She was just like, bam. And she was like 24, just like prime. Nothing wrong. Physically is like, she was curvy, but not fat. She was like, but not skinny. She's like, and so after the first date, I was like talking to my friend. And what's crazy is my friends couldn't smell it. A lot of dudes don't have good sense of smell. I could smell it. So like Zach and them were like, I was like, did that girl smell to you? And they're like, no. And I was like, dude, I was sitting next to her at the movie, dying. So I went out with a second date with this girl. You know why? Because she was so pretty. I was like, maybe she just had a bad day. This girl was pretty enough. I'm like, I'm giving her a second chance. And that second date, the same smell. And I was like, never went out with her again. And all my friends were like, asked me for years, what happened to that girl? What happened to that girl? And I never wanted to talk about bad behind her back. So I was just like, it didn't work out. I didn't want to say that girl smelled bad, dude. And I'm telling you this, guys smell worse than women. 50% of dudes smell like that girl smelled. Most women don't stink. Women are like, 5% of women smell. Like when you just walk. You ever been at a gym? You walk by women? Barely ever. You walk by. I do jujitsu. I got to wrestle with dudes that smell like they don't even fucking know what a shower in their lifetime. These guys have built up accumulation of plaque in their pores. And yeah. There's dudes that can choke you out just by putting their arm around you, man. Yeah, dudes don't wipe their butt. That's what I'm saying. So, guys, what I'm trying to say is if you want to date higher quality, don't just take a shower. buy one of those industrial metal fucking sponge things that you wipe down like chemicals with in a factory and put soap on that and go under your armpits and just shake and just scrub for 15 minutes. If you bleed, that's good. Get a little blood, not a lot. Don't kill yourself, but like remove. Somebody said just use cologne. Hell no. If the dudes I have to wrestle in jiu-jitsu with put cologne on before I wrestled them, or you don't call it wrestle, you call it roll. I'd quit doing jiu-jitsu. These guys already smell bad. No, do not. That does not help, my friend. Clean up. Now, body fat. Guys, don't get much over. Try to be at 15%. Okay, that's not like a professional bodybuilder, but everybody can cut down in the teens. A lot of guys are up there in the 30s and the 20s. It's too high. Okay, women can be in the 20s, no problem, because women get health problems when they start getting under like 17, 18. So, health is what sells. So women think they got to get super skinny. Most men, I've done tests, like, my social media, for example, you guys know I've dated some beautiful women. I still get asked about, people love a few of the women I dated were very, very popular on my social media. People still ask me. I haven't dated those girls in years, and people are like, whatever happened to so-and-so? Now, none of those girls were like 14% body fat, okay? And I actually found a woman, in terms of being attractive to the male eye, is definitely in the 20s. Okay, so you can take it or leave it. Obviously, some people like really curvy girls, but in general, use common sense. People don't like extremes. Okay, it's like being too tall or too short. Girls don't really like 7'4" guys. I have a friend who's 7'2". He was a bouncer from my nightclub. Big Chris, we called him. 7'2". He had a hard time dating girls. Girls they like tall, but not 7'2". He weighed almost 500 pounds. And he used to date little Mexican girls. I was like, Chris, what the fuck happens with you? How you going to date a 5'4" Mexican and you're 7'2"? 500 pounds. I was like, you might squash it. He told me, he's like, I like to throw him around. So going back to the extreme thing, humans don't like extremes. So you can definitely be too curvy as a woman. And you can definitely be too skinny. And as a dude, I can promise you could be too skinny. I see guys that got 11-inch biceps. You do not want, a lot of guys on this call have 11-inch biceps. The only time you want 11-inch biceps if you have health problems and some shit, and you're like in chemotherapy, or you are 4'11" or something like that. But guys, you got to get the arms up you should be in the 14s to the 15s if you can get there. Don says his arms are over. And also, you got to look at the waist. Arnold Schwarzenegger was 240 and had a 34-inch waist. People don't like big waists. Nobody. Women don't like big waists. Men don't like big waists. A woman with a huge waist, proportional to her body. If your body goes this way, you got to get the shit going that way. Period. I don't care what anybody says. You don't have to be Arnold Schwarzenegger. He had 34. Look at this. Let me show you guys a picture. I love Arnold Schwarzenegger. My dad was a professional bodybuilder. So I grew up, look at Arnold's waist. Let me show you this. Now, guys, I'd love to be this. I've never been able to pull it off. I wish. It makes me sad that I don't. But look at this stuff. Look here at Arnold. Look at this picture of Arnold. He knew how to also position himself. Check this out. Look at that here on the side. Look here. You see my mouse here? Look at this. Is that Sergio Oliveira? There's a black dude, Sergio. No, not. Look at that guy's waist. Now, that's a little extreme, okay? This is my favorite Arnold picture right there. But look at the V. He got 60-inch shoulders, cutting down to like a 34-inch waist. Now, once again, guys, none of us have the genes of Arnold Schwarzenegger, okay? But, oh yeah, here's another famous picture. Check this one out. Look at that. That's insanity. Look at that waist right there. It's like, every time I look at that, I said, this dude had freak genes. Freak. By the way, all you people say you shouldn't drink milk. Arnold Schwarzenegger grew up drinking a gallon of milk. So don't give me your bullshit that milk destroys your body. It might not be perfect for everybody. But, okay. Guilty. So, A, while you're in quarantine, please get in shape. Models don't like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Trust me, Arnold did well with women. You don't have to be as big as Arnold, but Arnold had no problem with women. None. Zero. Zip. Because no one ever stays that's his pictures at his biggest. He cut down. Like, he wasn't always at that size, you know. Arnold had heart surgery too. Yeah, but that's not from drinking milk. Everyone who drinks milk has heart surgery. I drink milk. I never had heart surgery. You can't, that's causation, correlation. He had heart issues when he was young. So, yeah. Never think Arnold didn't do well with women. Tyler RSD better with women. A lot of you know Tyler. His real name's Owen. He has a company called RSD. We've been friends for a long time. He's one of the first guys who kind of put me on his social media. And so, yeah, good guy. He's out there in LA right now. But he teaches guys how to be more confident and, you know, understand body language. But I will tell you, lift weights, dudes. I've been skinny in my life. I've gone in different phases. Don't be too skinny. But don't be 30s body fat. Shit's too high. Cut. If you're a stocky dude, cut down to like 21, 22%. That single thing will help you more than anything with women, I can tell you. Humans are attracted to health. It's such bullshit that people try to argue with me on that. All right. You think humans don't my cattle look at some bulls and like them versus the other ones. Some, you know, horses look at the other one. They smell and look. Female horses ain't attracted to every male horse. They'll kick. I watched a video of a male horse came in, tried to breed a female horse, and she wasn't attracted to him. She kicked him in the head and killed him. It was a crazy video. I was not expecting that. Why not skinny? Well, if you're like Pete Davidson and you're like 6'3", and you want to be skinny, okay. But in general, I'll tell you what Dr. David Buss told me, former head of evolutionary psychology for Harvard University and maybe the greatest living evolutionary psychologist. He said, in general, women are attracted to above average upper body strength. So wide shoulders, just in general. But you don't have to be massive. You don't have to be massive. A lot of women don't like massive. So, but upper body strength, obviously you don't want to be out of disproportion, have teeny little stick legs. All right, shall we smoke or drink? I mean, I don't. When I drink, I lose all my strength in the gym. If I drink like vodka, shit. Vodka will sap the strength out of your body like nothing, at least for me. Tequila doesn't do that, though. That's why if I drink, I only drink tequila. It does, and some of that is personal allergies. Some people are personally allergic to, they make the grains that they make vodka out of. So can we visit your office in Santa Monica? Ain't nobody working in my office. California has a complete quarantine. Ty, what do you think about climate change? Here's the thing. I'm not a scientist. What I can tell you is I have 850 acres of farmland. Humans can mess up the environment. Fact. Okay? Now, whether we can completely change it, I also know another fact is that there's been natural cycles of warming and cooling, drought. Like in the 1600s, there was actually in the 1800s, there was a cold 10 years where very few things grew and people starved to death around the world. It happens every century. So that was before there was jet engines and, manufacturing. This happened in the 1500s and the 1400s. So I think that humans can definitely destroy the planet. On top of that, there's natural cycles happening. So buy food from sustainable agricultural farms. Farming is the biggest polluter in the world. So are golf courses, by the way. They use disproportionate amount of chemicals, nitrogen, and other things. Men get brewer's stomach when they drink. Not attractive. That's what a woman says. Died. Best copywriting tips. So how to write a good email or write your website. A couple things. Tell a story. Great copywriters are good at telling stories. You really have to tell stories, man. And so really copywriting is storytelling, especially if it's long form content. Ties, lifting weights, good for ectomorphs. So ectomorphs are naturally skinny. It's more important if you're an ectomorph. Like, you know, I'm a mesomorph. All you guys that are like, oh, I can't gain weight. I'm like, yes, you can. And that's a great problem to have. It's the most profitable market to trade in. Are you talking about stock market? Or are you talking about stock market? There is no market most profitable to trade in. The way the stock market moves is if there's profit here, money flows into it and takes the profit out. So it's like a line at a grocery store. Let's say your line is long and there's a shorter one here. What happens? Everybody starts switching lines till the lines even up. So switching lanes on the freeway all the time doesn't work because as you do it, more people already did it and it fills it up. That's how the stock market works. So you really have to be ahead of the game to see trends there. Really, Forex, crypto, or stocks. I mean, long-term investments, I'm not a fan of any of those, just so you know. I do like the stock market. I do some crypto. Forex, I do less, but I don't think that's how you should build your core wealth. I have two friends that are on the Forbes list from crypto. But I don't think you and I can do it. They got in early. Like they got in really early. So I think, and then the stock market is going to give you nice returns, but you have to have an income generation machine. So that's your business or your job or your multiple businesses, right? So that's the core of where wealth is created, is from having a skill and an in-demand skill. E-com is the thing. By the way, I don't know, some of you were on my other call. You should I'll put a little link here. Ty Lopez, I'll put it in the chat. Go check out this new program I launched. It's a 4-month certification in e-com. It's called Ty Lopez. Just go to tylopez.com/go. I'm not trying to sell you, but you can go check it out. I just launched it. tylopez.com. Is it start or go?
I think it's start time.
Okay, tylopez.com/start. Sorry. I gave you the wrong damn. tylopez.com/start. Oops, I put it in the... Man, Zoom's chat is fucked. It always sends things privately. I'm like, what the hell? No one's chatting privately here. There. Is the closure of meat processing plants affecting farmers' cart business? I mean, a little bit, getting supply. But hopefully it doesn't affect us more, Ty, I never heard you swear so much, straight gangster. Well, you're on my call here. You guys are getting, I'm not on social media as much anymore. As I told, let me just tell you this. Sneak up on people. Let people underestimate you. A lot of people underestimate me. Because a lot of people think I don't know about business. So shit, I'll keep buying Fortune 500 companies. At some point, people were like, oh shit, what the fuck? But I was always like that. So it's never problem for you in your life to be underestimated by people. You'd rather be underestimated. It's like the rule of a street fight. You don't want people to think you're tough, because guess what? Then they're going to be ready for you. They may have a gun ready to take your ass out because they're like, this person's tough. If they think have no skills, they're just going to walk up to you, no weapon, and be like, pick a fight. And then if you know what you're doing, all of a sudden, next thing they know, they're sleeping, and you walk away. You put them to sleep. So that's how you got to be in business, and it has to be your life is going to be full of people betting against you. It's going to be yourself. Some of you don't have high self-esteem, and that's a real problem because that low self-esteem is like a voice within yourself talking you out of doing things. You really, the way to overcome low self-esteem, by the way, you got to spend a good bit of time with people with high self-esteem. And a lot of low self-esteem people, they build their whole social circle, people like them. Don't hang out with people like you. Where's the offsetting of strengths and weaknesses? So for me, I'm looking for people who offset my weaknesses. I tend to be impatient. So I'm impatient with people. I'm not impatient in business. I'm patient with people. So Alex is my business partner. He's much more, he'll let people be annoying for longer than me. It's a good mix because I'm a little too hard on people. So I'm always like, how can I offset my weaknesses with somebody else's strengths? And so if you have internal problems generating the confidence that you're gonna need to be confident to make it, especially with making money. You don't have to be a 1 to 10 in confidence. You do not need to be a 10. In fact, a 10 is too much confidence. There's a new book out. I forget the name. It's about why highly intelligent people make more mistakes than less intelligent people. It's because they're cocky and they don't read and they don't ask other people's opinion. They just do whatever they want. So what I'm trying to tell you is, for each of you, your confidence should be around like a 7 or an 8 out of 10. Okay. But a lot of you are operating in like the 1, 2, 3, 4 mode. Maybe you've made a lot of mistakes in life in the past. So therefore, that's how self-esteem works. It's a calibration tool. It's like everything you've done in the past has fucked up. So, and it might be true. You might have to admit that. But what you have to do is change your social circle. That's why I do these live calls. So that each week you can at least listen in on some of the things I'm doing and have that kind of raise up your consciousness, so to speak. Okay. Somebody said, what if I'm not able to get rid of? You cannot get rid of on your own low self-esteem. It comes from social. There's a good book called Social by a Harvard guy. He did extensive studies on our brain. We're very social. Don't try to change yourself on your own. That's what I was saying about weightlifting. Every friend I have that lifts weights on their own lifts for like 40 years and still fucking weak. You get in there, like I train with a guy named Danny Hester. He won Mr. Olympia Classic. He won Arnold Schwarzenegger's Mr. Olympia. That guy gets me in shape. He pushes me. I train with another guy, Dan Fine, who been on the cover of Muscle Fitness multiple times. That dude pushes. I mean, like, I can lift weights without as hard as I can. That's why I'm getting smaller now, because I'm on quarantine. So I've cut 20 pounds. I was 204 and I'm 184, which part of it's on purpose. But in business, you got to be hanging out with Arnold Schwarzenegger type people. And you might not be able to do it in person, especially now, nobody can travel. That's why I got those books there. I'm reading. I'm learning. I'm reading magazines. And other people's success is lifting me up. Okay? Okay, last question. What product do you think will be most sold in 2020? A great product to drop ship. Get yourself a Shopify store. If you can legally and ethically get your hands on some basic cleaning supplies, people are buying cleanings. I'm talking about basic stuff. You don't have to be doing masks or PPE stuff. I'm just talking about real nice and simple. Like you sell things to clean your floor. 80% alcohol, clean hand cleaner. Maybe some gloves. That's going to sell very well. Things that make people feel safe. A guy is selling, I read an article, he's selling a bread maker. He had another business that failed because of COVID. He switched his business to making a $120 bread maker. Guess what? Everybody's stuck at home. A lot of people are baking. He said he's selling $100,000 a day in sales in his first week. That guy is going to make money because he adapted and he found simple products that food makes people feel safe. Knowing you can grow I'll tell you another thing. Everyone should learn how to grow a little garden. Do things that make you feel safe. That's not a business to sell, it's a business to survive. Never completely rely on the grocery store for your food. As we've seen, just this week, 20% of American pork production stopped. Food can stop. People don't understand that. The distribution systems are messed up. You got 100 USDA guys with COVID, all this stuff. So never rely 100%. Have a little backyard garden. Get a tray. Grow your own wheat sprouts. You buy wheat. You put water on it. It doesn't even need sun. You can live in an apartment. Sprout it. Cut it. And get a little wheatgrass juicer. Boom. You got something. You're growing something. If you have a little backyard, 4 chickens will change your life. 4 chickens. 4 good chickens, Rhode Island Reds, something like that, will lay 3 eggs a day. And you know what? You just feed them your table scraps. No cost, except buying the chicken. You can buy little baby chickens. We saw a website. So, little baby chicken. 3 chickens. They eat all your leftover scraps. Don't feed them chicken. That's cannibalism. You feed them everything that you don't eat. Beef they can eat. The chickens are carnivores. Hardcore carnivores. So you can feed them your vegetables, all that. And in exchange, you get 3 eggs a day. That's enough for a family. You know, a small family, or especially for 1 or 2 people. So very simple things. A lot of common sense. You'll do fine. Somebody said my uncle feeds his chickens their own eggs. Do not do that. It's not healthy. Okay. Chickens are not vegetarians. They're not. I have 1,000 chickens on this farm. I've had chickens since I was 16. Number one thing chickens go crazy over is bugs. Number one. If a beetle flies by, 1,000 chickens will chase a beetle. Worms, beetles, chickens will kill mice. They love to eat a mouse. If there's a mouse, if there's a baby mouse runs through a chicken coop, they'll kill it like that. So, yeah, the whole vegetarian thing is a myth. People are very out of touch. The only thing that's vegetarian are things that have multiple stomachs for the most part. Like a cow has 4 stomachs, ruminant. Horses don't eat meat. But chickens and pigs and humans, unfortunately, we've got these teeth. A little meat don't hurt. But most people don't eat enough vegetables. One fact is you need crazy amount of vegetables. It's basically impossible to eat too much salads. Theoretically, you can get too much fiber, but like, how many people do you know getting 200 grams of fiber? You know how hard it is to get 200 grams of fiber? I track my food. 200 grams. If I can get 60 grams in a day, I'm like, woohoo! 200 grams but our ancestors sometimes used to get 200 grams of fiber a day. Bodybuilders don't like 200 grams. They say it stops your muscle. I don't know if that's true, but what I think about the carnivore diet, I don't think humans are carnivores. That's a mistake. We're not carnivores. You know what a carnivore is? Dogs. I can take a dead deer that got killed on the side of the road, rotten. It's rotted. I have 2 German shepherds. They'll eat that dog. They'll eat that deer and thrive. If you and I do it, we'll be dead in 3 days from poisoning. Carnivores have incredibly tough stomachs to handle meat. Lions, they eat dead carrion. Vultures. Well, vultures, I'm not sure what a vulture is considered. I think it's actually considered a carnivore bird. So humans are not, we're omnivores. Great book, Omnivore's Dilemma. Humans have the same stomach basically as pigs. If you get stomach cancer, they can replace it with a pig's stomach and your body will not reject it. So, there are people though that do better as vegan, okay? It's just you have to test your own body. I think that vegetarianism or pescatarianism is a little healthier than veganism. Like the longest lived people in the world, Okinawa, has the most people who live into their hundreds. They eat a little bit of fish, a lot of vegetables, but a little bit of fish and a little bit of pork and a lot of vegetables and seaweed they mix in. The Caucasus Mountains of the like Russia, where they live into their hundreds with no cancer, they eat yogurt. So the Maasai tribe in Africa, which produced the biggest, strongest Africans. A lot of people play in the NBA. The big, tall, 6'9" guys. They come from the Maasai tribe in Africa. They drink blood and milk. They would tap the neck of their cow, drink the blood and milk. And that made them 6'9". So people have a lot of stupid theories on diet. They just really do. Just be nice and balanced in life, man. Nice and balanced. Don't listen to the cults of anything. The cults of diet. Someone say we're not meant to drink milk, cow milk. We're not meant to eat anything. We're not meant to eat eggs either. They're to produce baby chickens. We're not meant to eat grain either. We're not meant to eat a carrot. The carrot is a plant that is growing to reproduce it. We're not meant to eat anything. This is a big mistake. Name something we're meant to eat. Name something on earth that was designed only for the purpose of humans. An apple contains a seed. It is the apple provides shelter to the seed. It also, the fruit is eaten by birds, which allows the seed to be eaten, and then the bird drops it a mile away, and that's how apples spread. So mother's milk. Okay, that's one. Water. Water was not designed for humans. Water was not designed for humans. Honey? You think honey? Honey is how bees survive in the winter, my friend. You don't know anything about bees. Humans were not designed for water. Water, you think, so are humans more important than trees? Yeah, to humans we are because we're narcissists, but in the grand scheme of the solar system and the universe, humans are not important. And water was not designed for humans. Bread? Well, first of all, bread's not something that grows. You don't grow bread. I have 15 acres of wheat outside. 10,000. I can have 10,000 loaves of bread. Wheat is the seed of wheat to reproduce itself. Coconuts. Coconuts are the seed of coconut trees. So, yeah. Thought I said weed. Weed, marijuana, when you smoke weed, that is the leaf that photosynthesizes the sun through a process of taking sunlight, oxygen, carbon dioxide, water, and turn it into carbon, protein. Plants, of course, don't have protein. They use what's called, they use nitrogen in a form. I think they use nitrites. So now all this chemical process are things want to grow and reproduce, man. We eat things that reproduce, whether you're a vegan, vegetarian, pescatarian, carnivore, omni, all of it, you're eating something, except for mother's milk. You could drink mother's milk now. You may look weird. You got to convince your mom. Next time you go on a trip, hey, food gets bad in the world. There's going to be some 21-year-olds be like, yo, mom, you still got any milk? You think this tea was designed for humans? Hell no. Green tea is a plant that wants to reproduce. Everything wants to live. So, all right. I will talk to you guys soon. TyLopez.com/start if you want to check out my ecom 4-month academy. God made the plants for us. That's fine. But then God also made the animal too. You can't have it both ways. If you believe God made plants for humans, then why didn't God make, a cow for milk? Look at the science. Know your own body. Some people do better some people are lactose intolerant. I'm not lactose intolerant. I do great with milk. I got no symptoms, no problem. But my mom doesn't like milk. She feels sick. So that's why I said common damn sense. I know a girl who was vegan, and then I was like, you should try fish. And she gained weight. She was really skinny. She gained weight, but not fat. She just gained weight. And she said she feels better than she's ever felt. And I also know people that ate meat and then they switched to vegan and they feel amazing. So humans are complicated, my friend. Genetics are very complex. You're a complexity of 10,000 generations of humans that have been having kids in different environments, different physical environments, whether it be the savanna, whether it be the tropical rainforest, whether it be arid areas like New Mexico. And so people developed different ways, different strains of humans. I see that with cows. There's a type of cow called Brahma cows, and they develop their Bos. There's Bos indicus and Bos taurus, the two type of cows as a species or as a genus, whatever. Bos indicus has a hump right here. You see them in India. and they have the ability to respire. The way they handle heat is different. Same with the plant called millet. In Africa, they can grow millet. In Illinois, they grow corn because corn is more productive than millet in general, but it can't survive droughts. So that's why I said everywhere in the world, there's different ecosystems. Therefore, since humans have evolved across the entire planet, therefore, it wouldn't make sense that all humans do well on the same diet. You see, we all evolved. Your genes have the answer. One day we'll be able to take a test, okay? And it'll tell us what we should eat. And that'll come. It's a great company. Some of you biotech people, you start that company, you're going to be rich. All right. Thank you so much. TyLopez.com/start. Talk to you soon.